Joined by the head coach of the Nittany Lions, Patrick Chambers, to preview the 2014-15 season. Coach, let's talk about the summer. The rules permit you some time to get out with the guys a little bit. What'd you think?
We had a quality summer. I'll start with DJ. DJ had a great summer. He actually went to Kevin Durant, and then he played well at Kevin Durant, and he was elected to go to LeBron. So he did a great job. We had a couple guys stay here, Julian Moore, Peyton Banks. Julian's put on 25 pounds in a year, which is terrific, and body fat looks really good. Peyton's done the same thing. So I'm singling out some guys that were here all summer. Then when the entire team landed here for summer session 2, worked really hard with Coach Spade, worked on our conditioning, got bigger, got stronger. You know, when we're a little bit older, you know, we have 5 seniors, some juniors, so we're a little bit more of a veteran group. So for me, going into my 4th year, it's nice to have that veteran leadership.
When you look at DJ and the way he played last year, where is his game at now? What types of things was he working on over the summer, and where's he gotten better?
So DJ needed to work on just going to his left. Every coach in the country will tell you they were trying to force him to his left, and I think he's done a really good job of doing that. He wanted to shoot a better percentage from the floor, better from 3, better from the free throw line. I think he's done a very good job of getting in the gym and working on that. And we're going to play him at some point. I know a couple years he was kind of thrown into that duty. Now that's what we want him to do. So I think that'll make our team a little bit better as well. And he played a little bit of the point at the end of the year, too, when Tim was kind of scoring a little bit more. So I think he's prepared to be a point guard, to kind of have that mentality of setting up the offense and being that type of leader that we need moving forward.
From the front court perspective, a guy like Jordan Dickerson obviously started in December. How much did this offseason help him evolve?
He got bigger. Not taller. He got stronger. He put on some weight. His body fat's right around 8–9% for a 7-footer. That's outstanding. His feet, we worked on his feet, his quickness, worked on his hands, worked on finishing, really developing, moving and catching at the same time and finishing. Developed his free throw shot as well, because I believe for us to be really effective, we got to put the ball inside. Either Jordan, Donovan, Julian, BT, Ross, those guys got to be more productive this year. We need to have great balance across our team, but Jordan really had a strong summer.
Brandon Taylor's another guy who's worked incredibly hard to get trimmed down to great playing weight since he got here. You know, how much has he improved in terms of not only his conditioning, but his skills on the floor, what he can do with the basketball in his hands, and on the defensive end?
You're exactly right, and I compare him, and I hope, I'm throwing this out to the universe right now, so I hope it comes back as a positive. A guy by the name of Draymond Green, who really could post up a lot of people, and Brandon worked on that early in the summer. He had probably break up his summer into 2. So first part of the summer, he chiseled down. He's right around 13% body fat right now, where he was when he came in. He was up in the 20s, I think. So he's down to 13, which is terrific. He worked on getting stronger. Great. Now he worked on his post-up moves, just face-up game, because we need him in the post, be able to get us some easy baskets, which will relieve some stress on the perimeter. You know, we've been so perimeter-oriented in my tenure here. It's going to be nice to get the ball inside. So he worked on that early. And then the second part of the summer, we worked on his wing skills and his three-point shooting. And he's not happy with his percentages. We just watched film together yesterday, just showing his shots and balance and follow through, little things like that. But his summer has been really strong. And if we can utilize his arsenal, that would only make us a better team, and it'll benefit him as well.
3 newcomers on the roster, 2 freshmen, Shep Garner, Isaiah Washington, and then Devin Foster. What can you share with the fans about their styles of play and some of the things you've seen from those guys?
Shep Garner's a tough kid. He's from Chester, played at Roman Catholic. He's going to come in. He's a leader. He's 2 feet in already. He's flying around the floor, diving everywhere, because that's what he was taught. But he's impressed us with the ball in his hands and his leadership ability as a freshman. And he's very coachable, and that's exactly what we need out of Shep as a freshman. Isaiah, freak athlete. He could probably grab a quarter off the top of the backboard. He's an excellent three-point shooter as well. And he's from Williamsport. So we need that toughness as well. When you come in as a freshman, like Shep and Isaiah, you have to have that chip. You have to have that toughness because, you know, we're a little bit older. We have a nice mix of older guys with younger guys. and they can't back down, and those two guys have not. And then Devin brings, junior college kid coming in here, point guard. We lost Tim, so him and Shep will be fighting for that backup spot. But he's got that veteran, savvy, smart, makes great decisions, really strong, broad shoulders, very efficient on the floor, and very humble and hungry. Understands where he came from, coming into this situation in the Big Ten. I couldn't be more pleased with Devin.
You touched on it earlier with having a little bit of an older team, and you touched on Shep being a leader as a freshman. Where do you feel like this team is in terms of leadership? Are you pleased with how they're carrying themselves on the court, off the court, in that department?
I am. We just had a great football weekend, and that's where you can see a collective character. There's no question DJ's our leader, and Tim passed that torch late in the season last year, and those two did a great job with that. This year, DJ's doing a great job leading on and off the floor, representing our program like we did over a homecoming weekend. To me, that's critical. As you can see over my shoulder here, it's all about the locker room. It's all about off the floor first, because typically that's what leads to on the floor. That's what leads to unity and teamwork and trust and any other buzzwords we can think of. But that's what happens. And then you earn the right, when you have a collective character like that, you earn the right to win games. And when you're consistent with your leadership, the way DJ has been, and now Ross has been great, Ross Travis is helping him out, and Brandon Taylor has been great as well, then you're gonna start to see positive results.
What do you like about your non-conference schedule? You've got a trip to Charleston in that mix, you're playing in Allentown, Bucknell on the road. What do you like about the non-con?
I just like the variety of teams that we're playing. We're gonna see so many different styles. I'm so into put ourselves in difficult situations at Bucknell. I mean, everybody thinks I'm crazy for doing that, but it's going to be like playing Michigan at Michigan. It's going to be like playing Wisconsin at Wisconsin. I mean, that's why you do those games. I think that's what's important about it. Why would you take a game out of here and play Drexel and out? Well, we need competition. We need an advantage to prepare us for the Big Ten, and that's what I'm all about. It's all about preparing ourselves to be the best team we can be by December 31st, Wisconsin on the road. And then Charleston's going to be great. I mean, Charlotte's a great team. Coach Major's done a great job with that program in his time there. And then the games after that, who knows you're going to get, but it's going to be a great atmosphere, a great environment down there, again, which is going to prepare us. And then you got the ACC Big Ten Challenge here with Buzz Williams, so that'll be a great game for our fans locally here. We got a great game in GW, who just went to the NCAA tournament, and they got most of their guys back, so that's another good game for us. I think this team is going to be ready to go by the time we go to Madison.
Speaking of Madison, thoughts on the Big Ten this year? What do you think?
I haven't read much, but I think people are sleeping on the Big Ten a little bit. I think it's going to be more level, if I may say, top to bottom, 1 through 14. You better be ready to play every single night, and it was that way last year. I mean, there was no easy games. They were all an absolute battle. And I think that's what we're going to see this year. There's some, Wisconsin's got a great team, and I think Nebraska's got a great team. Not a lot of people are talking about Illinois. I think Illinois's got a solid team, and that just bunches a lot of teams up. And hopefully, with great leadership, and you earn the right to get in here and make shots and things like that, hopefully we can be in the mix.
You're close to the start of practice. How much has it helped to be able to be on the floor with your guys in July, like the rules have permitted, to get you ready for this point of the year?
It helps, but I have a different philosophy. I'm all about skill work in the off season. I want to get guys better. I want player development. Player development is a very large piece of what we do to get guys ready for the season and beyond. So we did a ton of skill work in July, a ton of skill work this preseason, and we've put in a few things so we're a little bit ahead of the game when we start next week. But our guys have been really receptive. Word I've been using is consistency. I'm looking for consistent effort every time we step on the floor, and so far our leaders have done a good job of implementing that in the locker room and on the floor.
Finally, what has you excited about this group? From top to bottom, the way that they have approached things during the offseason, why are you so excited right now?
It's been a business-like approach, and we're having fun doing it. And I think that's something different. There's no question it's been a challenge over the last couple of years of sometimes you want your freshmen to be seniors. You want to hit the ball and run the third. You want to speed up the process, but it's been a process. And I respect these players. They've stuck it out, and they've stayed loyal, and they've stayed committed, and they've gotten better, and they've developed. And I think we got a great camaraderie in our locker room. And I'm fired up for the season. Obviously, it didn't end as well as I wanted it to, but I think these guys are playing with a purpose, and they're ready to go. They're excited for the first practice here.
I can't let you go before I ask about Kevin Montminy. On scholarship now, what does he mean to the program?
He is everything. Throwback Thursdays, you ever see that on the Throwback? I would let him marry my daughter, right? Those guys said no. They said Kevin and Donovan John. I'm saying right now, if Grace, Kevin Montminy is the model for a future husband for one of my two daughters. He's just an incredible ambassador, a great kid. He lives Penn State basketball. He breathes Penn State basketball. He breathes this university. He's just a great role model for our younger guys to look up to and say, this is the right way to do it. Kevin Montminy, no matter what he chooses, he is going to be a superstar in life because he totally gets it, and he works extremely hard in the classroom, on the floor, in the weight room, and representing this program as far as charities are concerned. He's taken over Coaches versus Cancer 5K run. He didn't have to do that, threw himself in there. Here's a great little story. Reverse card drawing. Out of nowhere, Kevin Montmany's got the, he's the bus boy. He's going around I'm looking at him like, just shaking my head. He never ceases to amaze me. So really pleased to have him part of our program.
Coach, great to talk to you. Looking forward to the season. Thanks.
Thanks, Tony.